The scouts spotted a well being used by the outpost. Mess with its filter. Says that sounds all well and good. Or bad, you know. Get in there and ruin that filter. Wow, wow, wow. Strange not having the sky above. The simplest thing. Got it. Nothing but greasy goo in their pipes now. Looks like the outpost found out about the bad water the hard way. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great... We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. Let's see. Let's see. They've been waiting for you. You better be. A tribe's... They've managed to roll a bang ball against the fort, and the plan is to detonate it. However, you need an inextinguishable torch to do that from a distance. Figures a plain torch will snuff out when it's thrown, so you need to add some boom powder to make it inextinguishable. Let's see. Is your mount paying attention? Middle-lifed. Just smack. don't have it in you right now. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. If a story is about you, care for it. It's time to set the right... The megamuck in that cage looks like it could cause... Hard work opens doors. Just get out of the megamuck's way. The wire claw looks like it's strong enough to pull down a gate. But you just need to aim straight, shoot and pull, and the Ankati tribe believe that solidarity is what is needed to keep the world in balance. They're steadfast in their conviction to unite the tribes and move forward together as one. Anybody home? He thinks being likable isn't enough. If fight is all you do, he can't stand by you. He's realized a peaceful end to this would be best. He'll entrust the fort to you. The rival seat you are... He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival. He likes the way you think. Turn your enemies to and with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. Side by side they'll stand until order and stability is reinstituted. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. Your Sifu is pleased. You're one step closer to uniting the tribes. It's a pity you needed to use force to get the point across. But he's still concerned about the fate of the world. Believes the war you wage is based on the principle that if you win, the end will justify the means. He says you've grown so much stronger than when you first met. You know better than anyone that the fate of the world is still at stake. You need a world where everyone is guided only by that little voice inside that lets you know right from wrong. Don't go against it if you want to enjoy life without fear of death. It's the Ankati bow. The Canup stone is. You can't find a harder place in the world. Don't let your mount ignore you. That place there's a real fixer-upper, not an entirely lost cause. You need to swivel the globus's bearings. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. This mount has quite a bounce to it. Batter 'em down. Good shots beat lots of shots. Get out of here. Poke 'em. Those skulls aren't going to crack themselves. They used to call this a thoroughfare. Look at all those old homes. Scarf up. Control your destiny, or someone else will. Might not need that now, but you will later. Scrap's great for building things. As long as karma exists, the world changes, and we change with it. Ah, the Gnote pen. Noko never leaves this place. She's always put the living things first. Nooks isn't an easy language, but at least it's manageable. She says she is so happy to see you again. She wonders if you remember her. She's Noko. She let you ride her Majut when you were a kid. Noko remembers you used to chase around with so much energy and is glad to see you haven't lost any of that spark. But that's all long gone now, though. Memories show us where we've been, not where we're going. Is sure they'll come back on their own once you stop forcing them. Hopefully not to haunt you, though. You've suffered enough already. Noko remembers those days too, but she never lets herself wallow in them, no matter how tempting that can be. She sees you're back to buck with Lupa Lupin. Can't see how there's any way to avoid that now. Not for long, at least. She says the horrors of your younger days were enough to ruin anyone, but not you. You've got all that cheer about you still. Noko says history is like the trail you've been on. You can walk back down it any time you like, until it's worn smooth. But you get to blaze your own trail from here. She wants Lupa Lupin to pay too, even though she strongly believes forgiveness is the strongest revenge.
Getting darker around here by the minute.
The darker it gets, the easier it is to see the light.
Who wants the light? The world is ugly as it is.
Ugly is in the eye of, well, you.
You've always got to make it personal, don't you?
Asks how many paths you've wandered in the world, and if you ever wonder about what might have changed if you'd taken different ones. The choices can be overwhelming, but you have to choose, or you just stay where you are. And what kind of choice is that? So happy the world is going to live, would have been crushed to see all the Gnotes die with it. Hates that you didn't care enough about the world to fight for it. Glad you saw the light with the myriad. They always bring a sparkliness to any day, and sometimes the nights do. They're just so shiny, makes her smile to think about them. But let's not speak of that now. She has an idea where the Majut might have gone, as there's no other place it likes as much as its own corner of the open wild. She's even named it the Majut Meadow. The Majut will recognize the scent you've attracted while being here, so it'll probably trust you enough to follow you. You should lead the Majut back here when you find it. It's going to take time to get it calm enough to be able to ride out to the World Eater. It's the most magnificent creature she's ever encountered. A creature straight out of a dream or story. Try to be friends with the beast. found the Majut meadow. Watch out for the Majut. Becoming terminal. You need to point its face in the right direction. Hey, smarty.
Andro?
Now that the Majut is back in the pen, it seems calm, but Noko is still concerned.
Apli tonomuta.
She says the Majut is still anxious, but fortunately she knows just the thing it needs to calm down.
Apli tonomuta.
The Majut once found and ate a bonbon gummy by mistake, and that the chewing really calmed it down.
Apli tonomuta.
She says that you should find some bonbon gummies for the Majut by the crossway. At least,
Tropalo.
it's easy to describe. A crossway is where roads meet in a knot and merge. This one is in Sector 7J, if you're familiar with Out-of-Date's map. Let's see. You always find good use for things like that.
Well, I should ask her for a cliff muck.
Got what you wanted. A crossway. This means you have a choice to make. Which way? Lockety-locked. It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. Like walking down a trail. Not opening for you. Cranks like these usually need to be wound to operate the dispenser. What you see is what you get, once it's out of the blind box, that is. You flick the switches in order to green-light the current and activate the electrons in the panel. Good. The loop is electrified enough to spark. No one's going to see you coming in the dark. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Wheel the control box handles to buzz down the wire. Wheel the control box handles to buzz the wire. Wired up and ready to go. Seems like your mount likes you well enough. With its attention diverted to the chewy bonbon gummy, the Majut calms down. But Noko is still concerned. She's relieved the Majut has calmed down, but you'll need a heavier sit-tight to ride it than the one she's got. The only sit-tight she can think of that would be heavy enough is one she's spotted mounted on an old-world mecha-Majut. If she remembers correctly, she spotted it at the Smilo Shopperia while scavenging for treats for the Gnotes. That's not so far away. Seems to her they preferred the mecha-Majuts over the living counterparts in the old world. Maybe the Gnotes were near extinct. Look at those notices on the board. Too bad the Gnotes couldn't read them. If you wander around here, you might find Noko. Once the power ran out, it made sense to ride Gnotes. And that tradition continued through the years. Nope, you still have to feed them, but food's easier to find than go juice. Watch your step here, and you might find tracks of another traveler. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. You finally found the village of Bumlidoff. Let's see. Got more than a flesh wound. Bang Shelter 6I is right here. Seems like it's in working order too. The bright time creatures are getting up. Starting to add up. Put one through a heart. Glad to see some wood scrap there. Let's get that mount moving while the getting is good. for those skulls. A Smilo shopperia. Guess shopping here put a smile on your face. Swing like you mean it. Eye boxes like this are few and far between. However, that's no great loss. Talking pictures from the aforetimes lacked a message. The oil claimed this land a long time ago. As the eye box broadcasts, it's hit or miss, but when it does hit, it's usually right in the feels. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Even up in the mountains, you can't touch the sky. Now hold on, sit tight. You need to loosen the bolts without rattling the mechanism. That's too much distress. That's it. The sit-tight is loose. Time to stop horsing around and get the sit-tight back to Nocco. Yuck! That there's a sludge gush field where the company used to suck sludge from the underground. Now it's all over. That's a moto tunnel. Imagine when automotos blazed through here. No time to graze, let's go.